Hello YouTube, it's Reed again with Crown Yacht Co. And today I wanted to do another review on another chainsaw. Now this chainsaw is important because this is the primary chainsaw that I have my crews run. And if I had one word for this chainsaw, it'd be reliable. This is the Stihl MS271. It's on the bigger end of their kind of useful household chainsaws. It's a pretty good size. It's got a lot of power. They've never been short on power for me. I've never had a job that these guys can't do. I run the 18-inch blades on them. When I got them, they came with a 20-inch blade, but I run the 18-inch blades on them so I can run these carbide blades because, as I mentioned in the other review, the carbide blades are just all around way better. They cut like they're brand new the whole time. You don't have to sharpen them. Their lifespan is so much longer. They're just all around worth the money. So over here I have a 271 that's taken apart-ish. I pulled the top cover off the bar and everything. It's got the sprocket on it like all chainsaws. Release that. That's what actually drives the blade. It's got the 2 post screws and then the tensioner. The 2-screw system, it runs these 2 bolts which cinch down everything, and the bar sits on there like so, like most chainsaws. Just like all other chainsaws, the blade kind of runs towards the operator on the bottom, and that pretty much covers that. They're pretty loud chainsaws, they're pretty heavy duty. It's not one that you would just use to trim your shrubs. I mean, these cut some trees down. Something worth mentioning is on these saws, the air filters, when they get clogged up, they completely choke out the saw. I've got a brand new air filter on this one and that one also. But they're real easy to replace. They just twist off just like that. They're like 10 bucks for a filter. On top of that, the spark plug is located right above the filter, right there. I haven't had to replace the spark plugs yet after running these saws. I think I've got about 5,000 hours on each saw, and they fire like they're brand new. I'll use this saw to kind of show you, like all Stihl saws, you've got your selector right there, all the way down being full choke, 1 notch up being half choke, and then 1 notch down from the top being run, and the top being completely off. I mentioned earlier that these saws are reliable. You can run this saw all day. It's not going to overheat. You know, I've never had a problem with these saws, other than the air filters getting clogged up. As you can see on the saw, the pull cord is right here in the middle. It does not have a decompression valve like the bigger saws. It's real easy. Crank it once or twice on full choke and then pop it up to half choke, it'll turn right on. Your gas tank is right here by the handle. It's not a super huge gas tank, it lasts a while. The engines on these saws are pretty economic compared to like the 391. The oil tank being up here. One thing that's important on these saws is you gotta keep them full of oil. They've got some power to them, so they run the blades pretty fast. If you're not running enough oil, you'll start to see these burn marks going all the way across the bar, and ultimately you're just going to melt bars and bars and bars. I'll go ahead and start this one up real quick. It's going to be real loud because we're in a closed area, but I guess it's just a show. As I mentioned, just 1 or 2 cranks on the full choke and you are good to go, half choke. These saws, the engine, once you get it started, it's pretty much warm for the rest of the day. You don't have to worry about choking it too much. You can just start it and let it go. I think that pretty much covers the MS271. Overall, good saw, really reliable. Never had a problem with them, and I would heavily suggest them to anybody in the arboriculture industry.